Welcome to Branach Manufacturing. Branach pride themselves on making the world's safest ladders. They've also been a TXM customer for 5 years and are a great example of a successful lean implementation in a small manufacturing business. Today, we're going to be talking to Mike Walsh, the founder and managing director of Branach and the inventor of the unique Branach range of safety ladders. Hi Mike.
Hey Tim.
So to start with, can you tell us a bit about the Branach story and what really led you to contacting us at TXM?
Branach started about 20 years ago when I was a young design engineer wanting to make a better ladder, or the best ladder in the world. I started off in my father's garage, and we've continued on and grown in business for the last 20 years or so. So we've had probably the typical story of starting from a very, very small operation, and in fact a concept and idea, and grown and learned our way through manufacturing as we've gone along. As we grew, I found that we didn't have all the skills and knowledge to actually do a good job at manufacturing. So I was on the constant lookout for new ideas and ways about going about manufacturing. So that led me to look at lean and what it had to offer. Most of the improvements that we tried to do before that, very few of them actually succeeded. Yep. And what I found we were lacking was an overall framework in which to work to actually get the improvements and hold on to them and keep improving as we went along.
What were the major changes that TXM helped you to implement?
The key thing that TXM did was help us look at our flow, and we did some value stream mapping of our operation, and it became evident that there was lots of waste in what we were doing when we looked hard at our value stream. And together with ourselves and TXM, we developed a new value stream, and we got some really amazing results.
What kind of improvements did you see in your factory performance, Mike?
After we did our value stream mapping, we looked at a few key points in the process. We set up a few intermediate supermarkets, and really just by reorganising our flow without doing a lot to the processes themselves, we got some dramatic improvements in lead time and quality as well.
Okay, so when you look at your business overall, what has lean really delivered for you?
That simple exercise of going through the value stream mapping, adjusting our flow, we took our lead times down from 3 to 4 weeks on customised product down to now we're at 3 to 4 days.
Okay, that's amazing. In terms of the broader business and sales, and has that really delivered as well?
It has. I've got to say probably the biggest impact that it's had is on our culture and our approach to our work. So prior to that, our culture was lots of finger pointing, lots of blame, lots of excuses. But we've learned with the lean tools and with involvement at TXM, we've learned a different way of working that's a lot more pleasant for one, but a lot more productive.
Okay, so where do you see the future for Branach?
Well, we started this process of learning our way into lean about 5 years ago, and it's amazing how much we've learnt in that time. But it's also amazing how much we've learnt that we need to learn into the future. So we've got a long way to go with our lean journey, and at the moment that's led us to looking at the way that we go about solving problems, the way that we plan, etc., etc. So it's an amazing journey, and once you start it, you start learning about what benefits you can get by doing more and more of it.
We work with a lot of small and medium-sized manufacturers, and a lot of them face the same kind of problems that you face. What would be the key advice that you would give to those kind of businesses?
To start. It's a case of starting at the start, saying, okay, what do we need to learn? Getting some good advice from people that know the territory well, like TXM, And it's important that you get the right people to advise you. That's my learning over time, and certainly TXM has been able to deliver practical approach to implementing lean.
We find leadership is really important, and we think you're a great example of that, Mike. You've been very, very consistent and determined on with this lean transformation. Braddock are a great example of what a small and medium-sized manufacturer can achieve with lean thinking. When we started working with Braddock, they had just 12 employees, proving that you don't need to be a large corporation to successfully implement lean. We look forward to watch Braddock grow and prosper. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for joining this TXM video.
Thanks, Tim.